Understanding attraction isn't about memorizing lines or playing mind games. It's about learning to read what isn't being said. Women are masters of subtlety. They won't always tell you they're interested in words, but their body language, expressions, and small gestures will reveal everything. The key to unlocking these signals is knowing how to watch, not just listen. Most of what draws a woman to a man happens beneath the surface. Science backs this up. 90% of attraction is communicated through non-verbal cues rather than direct statements. A lingering glance, a subconscious lean in, a slight hesitation before looking away, these small, almost imperceptible signs speak louder than any words. A woman may try to mask her feelings with politeness or indifference, but her body will always tell the truth. One of the most powerful indicators of attraction is prolonged eye contact. When a woman holds your gaze for just a fraction longer than necessary, when she looks away but then finds your eyes again, her subconscious is signaling curiosity and interest. This isn't something she can control. It's a physiological response. The brain releases phenylethylamine, the same chemical associated with falling in love, when deep eye contact is maintained. If she pairs that look with a subtle smile or a shift in body position toward you, she's drawn in. And here's where most men go wrong. They break eye contact too soon, fumble with their confidence, or look away nervously. Holding her gaze with calm self-assurance, without rushing to speak or explain yourself, amplifies the attraction. Confidence isn't about having the perfect words. It's about being comfortable in the silence between them. Another strong sign of attraction is when people naturally respect your presence without you demanding it. Have you ever walked into a room and felt a shift in energy when people notice you, not because you're the loudest or the flashiest, but because there's something about how you carry yourself that commands attention? That's status, and status is deeply wired into human psychology. Highly attractive men don't need to prove themselves. Their energy does it for them. Women pick up on this instinctively. When a man moves through the world with quiet confidence, he doesn't need to chase validation. People, including women, naturally gravitate toward him. This isn't about arrogance or trying to be someone you're not. It's about embodying self-respect. A man who values himself won't seek approval from others, and that, paradoxically, makes others respect him even more. Women are drawn to men who exude stability, who don't falter under pressure, and who maintain their sense of self, no matter the situation. A man who knows his worth won't overpraise or overcompensate in an attempt to win favor. He offers genuine compliments, but only when they're earned. He isn't afraid to challenge a woman or tease her playfully, because he doesn't see her as someone to impress. He sees her as someone to connect with. Attraction isn't about tricks, strategies, or scripted lines. It's about energy, presence, and authenticity. When you understand that women respond to confidence, to self-assurance, to a man who holds his ground even in silence, you stop trying to force attraction and start embodying it. And when you do, the right woman will notice, without you ever needing to say a word. The silent signals of attraction, understanding a woman's gaze. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. And when it comes to attraction, a woman's gaze often speaks louder than words. No matter how much she tries to mask her feelings, her eyes will always give her away. There's a rhythm to it, a dance of curiosity, interest, and sometimes undeniable desire. The key is knowing how to read it. A lingering look isn't just a glance, it's a message. If she holds eye contact just a second too long, it's her subconscious signaling that she's intrigued. This isn't about politeness. When a woman is simply being courteous, her eyes meet yours briefly and move on without a second thought. But when she looks away, and then sneaks another glance, that's the double take phenomenon. It means she's noticed you, and her mind is processing what that means. Is it curiosity? Attraction? Either way, she's paying attention, and that's never accidental. The dance of eye contact. Then there's the unspoken game of eye contact. A woman who is drawn to a man may engage in fleeting yet meaningful glances, testing the waters before making a move. It's a subtle but powerful form of communication, one that transcends words. If she holds your gaze, then looks away shyly or with a subtle smile, she's feeling something. If her eyes flicker between your lips and your eyes, it's an even stronger sign. This is her subconscious evaluating romantic potential. Studies even show that an increased blink rate is linked to excitement and attraction. It's as if her body is reacting before her mind can catch up. But there's another layer to this. How you respond matters just as much as the initial glance. Most men break eye contact too quickly out of nervousness, afraid that holding it too long will make them appear aggressive. But confidence isn't about staring someone down. It's about being comfortable in your own presence. A man who can hold a woman's gaze with ease, without forcing it, creates an electric moment that lingers in her mind. This is because eye contact triggers a powerful chemical reaction. Science tells us that prolonged eye contact releases phenylethylamine, the same chemical associated with falling in love. It's why those first meaningful looks between two people often feel so intense. It's also why a man who confidently meets and holds a woman's gaze without flinching has a natural advantage. His presence alone amplifies attraction. The full body scan, a subconscious giveaway. But the most telling sign of all, the full body scan. When a woman instinctively gives a man a head-to-toe glance, even if just for a split second, it's often a knee-jerk reaction to physical attraction. This doesn't mean she's making a conscious decision. Her brain processes an image before she can stop herself. If caught, she might blush, quickly look away, or act as if she was never looking to begin with. That's her way of keeping things discreet, but the message has already been sent. The mistake many men make is thinking that attraction is always verbal. In reality, it's the quiet, unspoken moments that mean the most. A woman's gaze is a window into how she feels in that exact moment, whether she's interested, indifferent, or even intrigued but uncertain. How to respond with confidence. So, what's a man to do? First, understand that eye contact isn't just about looking, it's about presence. A confident man doesn't avoid a woman's gaze or break eye contact too soon out of nervousness. He holds it with ease, without seeking approval. He doesn't turn it into a staring contest, but he also doesn't look away as if he's unsure of himself. This kind of quiet self-assurance amplifies attraction. A woman doesn't just see a man who notices her, she sees a man who is comfortable in his own skin. That's powerful. If she's showing signs of interest, a simple smile or a slight nod can be enough to invite conversation. If she holds your gaze longer than expected, hold it just a second longer before letting it go naturally. This subtle game of push and pull keeps the moment intriguing and heightens the tension in a way that words never could. Presence speaks louder than words. Attraction isn't about having the perfect line or making grand gestures. It's about creating a moment. And sometimes, the most powerful moments are the ones where nothing is said at all. If you ever find yourself wondering if a woman is interested, pay attention to the way she looks at you. The answers are in the silence, in the flicker of her gaze, in the way she holds it just a second too long before looking away. And when that moment happens, the question isn't whether she's interested, it's whether you have the confidence to recognize it and respond in a way that makes her want more. Reading the signs, how her body reveals her true feelings. A woman's words might be careful, polite, or even reserved, but her body, well, that never lies. When a woman is truly interested in a man, her physical behavior often reveals more than she consciously intends. The key is learning to recognize these subtle yet powerful indicators of attraction. If you know what to look for, you can tell when she's engaged, intrigued, and genuinely drawn to you. The lean-in effect. One of the most telling signs of attraction is proximity. When a woman leans in closer during a conversation, she's signaling that she wants to be near you. This isn't just about hearing better, it's an instinctive move that shows comfort and connection. If you take a step back and she follows, that's an even clearer sign. Her subconscious is urging her to stay within your space, drawn by the energy you bring. If she consistently creates or maintains that closeness, she's expressing interest without saying a word. On the flip side, if she remains distant or leans away, she might not be as engaged. A woman who keeps physical distance is often signaling that she is either unsure or uninterested. While social courtesy might prevent her from openly rejecting interaction, her body naturally seeks what it desires and distances itself from what it does not. Mirroring behavior. Mirroring is another unconscious behavior that reveals attraction. People naturally copy the movements of those they feel connected to. If she adjusts her posture to match yours, picks up on your phrases, or even adopts similar gestures, she's subconsciously building rapport. This psychological phenomenon is powerful. It's the body's way of establishing harmony and connection. Next time you're in a conversation, subtly change your posture or sip your drink, then observe. If she does the same shortly after, her subconscious is speaking volumes. Mirroring also extends to emotional energy. If you're animated and passionate about a topic, and she mirrors that enthusiasm, it suggests she's fully engaged with you. But if you find that she remains unresponsive or doesn't match your level of excitement, it could indicate disinterest. Attraction isn't just about physical proximity, it's also about emotional synchronicity. The touch factor. Then there's the touch factor. When a woman is interested, she finds subtle ways to make contact. A playful nudge, a light touch on your arm, or even brushing lint off your shirt. These are not random actions. Women don't touch men they're not comfortable with, let alone men they're not attracted to. If she initiates contact, it's a green light. To test the waters, a light touch like guiding her gently through a crowd can reveal whether she reciprocates. If she responds warmly, you're on the right path. If she pulls away, it's a sign to reassess the situation. Physical touch also reveals comfort levels. If she maintains casual, repeated touches throughout your interaction, she's subconsciously breaking barriers between you. Conversely, if she recoils from physical contact or stiffens up, she's likely establishing personal boundaries. Leg and foot positioning. Even her feet can betray her emotions. When a woman is engaged in a conversation and interested in the man she's speaking to, her feet will often point toward him. It's a subtle but deeply ingrained body language cue that shows focus and openness. If her feet are angled away or she consistently shifts away, her attention and possibly her interest may be elsewhere. Additionally, crossed legs directed towards you can be a subconscious sign of wanting to maintain a connection. If she frequently crosses and uncrosses them while engaged in conversation, she might be showing nervous energy, a potential sign of attraction. Final thoughts. Reading the signs with confidence. Understanding these signs isn't about playing games, it's about awareness. Recognizing genuine interest allows you to engage confidently, knowing when to move forward and when to step back. When a woman's body language aligns with her words, it confirms sincerity. When it contradicts, her body is telling the truth even if her words don't. Pay attention, stay observant, and let her actions reveal her feelings. The key to mastering attraction isn't just knowing these signs, it's about maintaining your own presence, confidence, and self-respect. Attraction is a two-way street, and the most magnetic men are those who understand their own worth. When you confidently walk into a room, exude purpose, and hold your ground, you naturally become someone worth noticing. And when you recognize the signals of genuine interest, you can move forward with certainty, knowing she's just as drawn to you as you are to her. When her words betray her feelings. Something is fascinating about how a woman communicates when interested in a man. She might not always come right out and say it, but if you pay attention, her words will tell you everything you need to know. One of the strongest signs is when she starts using your name more than necessary. This isn't just a casual habit, it's intentional, even if she doesn't realize it. When a woman enjoys saying your name, it's because she enjoys how it feels, how it sounds, and most importantly, how it connects her to you. There's emotional intimacy in repetition, a way of reinforcing the bond without making it obvious. If she says your name more often than she does with others, that's a clue she's drawn to you. Then comes the teasing. Playful jabs, little challenges, even giving you a nickname. It's all part of a subconscious game designed to create tension. Women do this not just for fun, but to see how you respond. Can you take a joke? Do you push back in a way that's charming and confident? A woman who teases you often tests the waters, trying to determine if the chemistry is real. If she playfully talks you but smiles while doing it, understand this for what it is: her way of flirting. A confident man can play along, meeting her energy without getting defensive or overreacting. But sometimes her feelings slip out in unexpected ways. Instead of directly admitting attraction, she'll drop little compliments that seem casual on the surface but carry a deeper meaning. You always smell really good. Your voice is nice. I feel so comfortable around you. These statements aren't just observations but indicators of emotional comfort and attraction. When a woman notices these details about you, it means you're on her mind more than she lets on. She might not even realize she's letting her guard down, but her words give her away. And then there's one of the more subtle yet telling moves: mentioning other women to get a reaction. If she casually comments like, "I bet all the girls love you," or asks if you're seeing someone, she's doing a little reconnaissance. She wants to know where she stands, whether you're available, and most importantly, how you react. If you brush it off with confidence, she'll take notice. If you show a hint of jealousy, she might read into that too. Either way, it's her way of testing the waters without being too direct. A woman's words are often the gateway to understanding her emotions. She might not always say, "I like you," but her actions and speech patterns will reveal more than she realizes. A man who listens closely, picks up on these cues, and responds with confidence is already ahead of the game. It's not about playing mind games, it's about understanding human nature. When a woman speaks, she's telling you a story. The question is, are you paying attention? When a woman says, "What if?" decoding her hidden thoughts. The woman's words often carry more layers than what's on the surface. When she throws out a hypothetical, "what if" scenario, she's not just making idle conversation, she's testing the waters, playing with the idea of you and her together. Statements like, "if we were stuck on an island, we'd probably drive each other crazy," or maybe "we'd get along," or "imagine if we had met in high school," are not random. They're clues, subtle hints that, whether she realizes it or not, she's placing you in a romantic frame in her mind. This isn't just about casual banter, it's about emotional testing. A woman doesn't want to come right out and say, "I'm interested." That would make things too easy, too obvious. Instead, she plays with scenarios that involve both of you, gauging your reaction. If you brush it off awkwardly, she takes it as a sign that you're not interested, or worse, that you don't pick up on social cues. But if you engage with confidence, teasing her back, keeping the conversation playful, you reinforce the idea that there's a natural chemistry between you. But here's the catch. Just because a woman entertains the idea of being with you doesn't mean she's fully invested yet. She's still feeling things out. This is where a lot of men go wrong. They assume that just because she throws out a hypothetical, she's already all in. No, she's intrigued. But intrigue is fragile. It can disappear just as fast as it appeared if you start acting too eager, too desperate for validation. A man who understands this dynamic knows how to respond. He doesn't overreact. He doesn't turn it into a deep, serious conversation. Instead, he mirrors her energy, keeps it light, playful, but with just enough mystery to keep her guessing. If she jokes about you two getting along on a deserted island, instead of nervously laughing or dodging the comment, he might smirk and say, "Oh, I'd have you building the shelter while I hunt. We'd be just fine." That kind of confident, fun energy keeps her engaged, makes her want to keep the game going. Women don't just fall for available men, they fall for men who spark something inside them. She's looking for that spark when she plays the "what if" game. The question is, do you know how to keep the fire going?